Hey everybody, this is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, October the 17th, presented by Mercury. We're going to head out to the water and see what some of our friends are doing out there. Hey everybody, it's Dan O'Sullivan with the Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, October the 17th. We're going to spend a little time down here with Josh Heron. Josh, tell us what's going on down there at Logan Martin these days.
Man, right now is the time of the year where you really need to start concentrating on some of these long natural feeder creeks, Chocolock, all the way up to like Broken Arrow, stuff like that. Just anything that's got a natural creek flow in the back of it's really starting to shine.
So is it something that you're going to want to run all the way back into the creeks, or are you still going to kind of want to work your way in from the mouths?
No, man, I like to start about halfway back right now. It's just about following bait. These fish are really keyed up on this teeny tiny bait, and it's kind of annoying through the day because you see it constantly. But you kind of run into little pockets. You need to start concentrating on stuff like creek swings, any of those little migration paths are really the areas you need to focus on right now.
So how would you go about targeting those once you see those pods of bait in those areas? What do you want to look at?
Man, little spinnerbaits, spooks early. I mean, it's kind of the same everywhere right now. You kind of take the opportunity of top water when you can get it for a better bite, but smaller spinnerbaits, fluke style baits, even like jigs, square bill when the wood is actually on some of those little swings. Just anything. I mean, it's literally junk fishing is what it is. You just kind of fish whatever you get to in front of you, whatever happens to be best suited for that situation.
Okay, so let's talk about Lay Lake. We just covered Logan Martin. Let's talk about Lay Lake. What's going on down there?
Lay Lake is still being dominated by spotted bass. Really, they had a midweek solo down there this week that should have normally took 18, 19 pounds. I think it took 14 with about 10 or 12 limits. So fishing is really, really tough at Lay right now. Hopefully with this water increase with all these storms, cooler nights, it'll kind of get some stuff pointed back in the right direction. But Lay's a really tough egg to crack right now. And to be honest with you, I don't have a really good handle on it. But if I was going to send somebody down there, I would definitely do basically the same thing. You need to start concentrating on some of those longer natural feeder creeks or areas that I would spend most of my time.
So is it something that a guy might want to consider putting a shaky head on, maybe with a flirt worm or something like that, and just getting kind of hunkered down, find some fish that'll bite?
Absolutely.
What kind of colors would you look at this time of the year?
Green pumpkin. Just something you want stupid simple right now. There's nothing fancy about it.
Josh, we appreciate it, and we tend to agree with you. So we look forward to talking to you soon.
But
well, Josh,
on a side note, I would like to encourage everybody to reach out to their local state representatives. There's been a lot of talk. I know me and you've talked about issuing a restocking program across the state. And I know there's a lot of talk of it going on right now in the private sector and in the public sector. Everybody reach out and kind of push the fact that Alabama does enjoy a lot of the financial benefits of tournament fishing and just fishing in general in the state, and try to reissue a little bit of that money back to the anglers.
Good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, October the 17th. Hey, we're going to spend some time on Neely Henry today with Mike Godfrey, the director of the Coosa River Team Trail. Mike, how are you today?
I'm doing great. It's beautiful out here on the lake.
Yeah, it looks like you're making the rest of us jealous by being out there on the water where we're sitting here in the dealership. Hey, you guys had the Coosa River Team Trail Championship last week. Tell us a little bit about how that went.
Well, the weather was rough the first day. Second day was pretty good. Matt Mayberry and Kip Wilson won it. They had a little over 27 pounds. They had a 690 big fish the second day. And Stephen White and Dakota, they had a 760 big fish the first day. We had 52 teams fish the Classic. We had a good time.
So tell me a little bit about what was going on. What were the anglers saying? What was the predominant pattern that you were hearing coming out of the tournament?
A lot of them were hitting docks. They were just, hit this dock, hit that dock, running around, doing a lot of that. Some were catching them in the grass. Basically, they were fairly shallow from what I understand.
So I know you're kind of a spinnerbait junkie. You're out there probably right now throwing one of them little bladed spinner rigs around, aren't you?
Yeah, I caught two nice ones this morning so far.
What kind of stuff are you looking at when you're targeting with the spinnerbait?
I'm hitting the sea walls, rock walls, and hitting the main river grass.
Are you looking in current or stuff that's adjacent to the current, or is it better to be in slack water right now?
I've been fishing basically in the current this morning. They're pulling a little bit of water there, so we're hitting where the current goes, and they seem to be smacking that spinnerbait pretty good right now.
That sounds pretty good. So we're leading up to the next week. We're going to have the Bassmaster Open here in town, which is a big deal on Neely Henry. So what kind of weights do you kind of anticipate that going to put out this time of the year?
I figure they'll be over 30 pounds to win it.
So still going to be a little bit of a tough bite as we're seeing out there?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be slow, I believe. But I believe, from what they weighed in at the Coosa River Team Trail, we had quite a few in the high 20s. So I believe there'll be probably 30 pounds to win it.
Well, that sounds like it's going to be a good week. It sounds like you're having a little bit of fun out there yourself today.
Yeah, I wanted to come out and try out my new rod and my new baits that I got for tomorrow for the Davis tournament I'm fishing.
That's good. Well, we look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks for you spending some time with us here on our Bucks Island Area Fishing Report. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Dan.
Well, thanks, Mike, for spending that time with us. Folks, don't forget Bucks Island's Virtual Fish Fest on our Facebook channels next week. Tune in for prizes, seminars, fishing demonstrations, and more. We'll see you then. All right, everybody, we're back with Tom Ott on our Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, October the 17th. Hey, Ott, what's going on up there at Guntersville?
How you doing, Dano?
I'm doing good.
We're a little chilly this morning. It looks like tomorrow morning is going to be even more so. So, this cold snap's definitely going to have an effect on our fish. I'm thinking, though, later in the day, you're going to see some more activity. Still throwing those same baits, those little spinner baits, swim baits, really starting to get some action there. The flipping bites definitely picked up. And the frog bite's still kind of sporadic, but it's definitely there.
Well, those are always the funnest bites on the rivers when you can see those big fish blow up through that grass. And I know that's what everybody looks for this time of the year, but why does it seem to be a little bit different now with the frog bite?
I really, to be honest with you, I don't know. Other than, I think we had a real heavy grass growth this year. It was a little late coming on, but once it did, it sure took off. And it just really hasn't. We haven't seen the holes. We haven't seen the canopies that we have in the years past. So. Yeah, I wish I had a better answer than that, but I'm telling you, it's just been a little tough on that, and we're not far from seeing those things start to break up. So get some hard rain, a little fast water moving. We're going to start to see those things break up, but there's still fish to be caught, definitely.
So we talked about the flipping bite. Tell me what's going on with that, and how can guys capitalize on a flipping bite up there?
Man, I'm telling you, you're going to have to go with something an ounce or better, ounce and a quarter weight, something along those lines. I like to use a 4-aught heavy flipping hook, and throw those smaller baits. Either a baby. I'm lost here as far as
creature baits are a good thing to go with.
A creature bait, pocket craws, D-bombs, those kind of things. But I do like a little smaller profile. Put the biggest hook that you can get in there, and then just go looking. But you're going to have to move around some. You're looking for water depth anywhere from 8 to 3 feet right now. And just see, when you see that activity, you hear those brim popping in that grass, that's where you're going to find your fish.
So you're going to mix in some sort of topwater bait at some point during the day, I'm assuming. Still going to be able to catch a few on walking baits, maybe a buzz bait here or there?
Definitely a buzz bait. Spooks, smaller spooks are working real well right now. The bait right now is definitely smaller, at least the mass majority of it is. So, anything that's going to be matching that hatch is really what you're looking for. A-rigs are coming on with the small swim baits. The top water, as far as, spooks, chug bugs, things of that nature, even going to some old school.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, Tom, and we appreciate everything that you're doing. Thanks for spending some time with us on our Bucks Island Area Fishing Report. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, Dano. Thank you much.
Well, that'll do it for our Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, October the 17th, presented by Mercury. Thanks for spending some time with us here on our social media channels. Don't forget, if you want to be notified, hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our social media channels. That way you'll be notified when everything comes live.